this is what we are doing today. But that isn't bringing any leads for us. I did not give him a good feedback because the objective was to get clients. We could test a water. Could we do this for $70? No, reviews won't make me profit. My fear is that we might not get the value what we have paid for. If this is your final price, let me think about it and then I'll get back to you.
Today is a little bit of a different video. We're going to be watching CrossFit calls, should I say, because this never ended up being a client. Spoiler alert. Basically, backstory, I record all my client calls or my prospect calls. I just think it's a good practice to have to be able to look back into them, see where you can improve, see any common problems your clients have. And I was going back through the calls that I have recorded, and I thought this one would be interesting to actually react to along with you guys. Let's hit play, shall we?
List of the help we needed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so-
did mention it's all things I can do. It's just hard to envision without knowing the industry, what the brand is all about, see the socials or whatever.
Yeah. So basically, if you go to our website, if you scroll to the top, you will see the links to the social media. So about yourself, are you more into the videos and what is your favorite or more worked on area?
So I mostly do anything related to social media and video. And since social media has been so video heavy these last couple of years, it ends up working together really well. But I do anything from initial strategies to creating ongoing content for my clients. And also, obviously, sometimes clients just need the video editing separately, so I can do that as well.
So currently, I've got someone who is creating the graphics content and the video content. So now I need an independent view on the current activities we carry out.
To pause there a little bit, the client basically asked, what do you like doing? What are you best at? And then he said they actually have someone in-house that can take care of the video creation and graphics creation. So they are looking for more of a guidance kind of person. They already hired someone for branding, but they also did some strategy. From that information alone, it makes me think that it was someone that did the branding that also gave some suggestions for social media, but it's not a social media professional. So they should have taken it with a grain of salt. Obviously, this is my opinion. I don't know the full picture, but the fact that they are saying they did not give him a good feedback, the other person that they didn't like, should have been a glaring red flag for me and should be a glaring red flag for you. If the first thing a client says in a call, in a message, in whatever, or in the job post, sometimes I see this, which is baffling, that's a red flag. I mean, sure, everyone able to have bad experiences. I'm not discounting that. But when you go the extra mile to share that you were happy with the previous person, never leads to a good client relationship. So whether the additional red flags come out in the call, in the time that you're working together, they will come out, trust me. And I probably should have ended the call right here, but obviously I continued. Hindsight is 2020, but take that as a big red flag. If the client ever talks shit about the previous freelancer, don't do it. Even if it sounds really good, it's not good enough.
That did not help us either because the objective was to get clients. It did not help. So is there any way you could suggest that how we are going to go different this time round?
I don't know if you're open to sharing that, so I could maybe see what may have gone wrong, because I obviously don't know what they gave you. So it's hard to say, is it the strategy that went wrong, or was it maybe something in the implementation? Obviously, I don't want to sell you another strategy that will not be useful. And we could also, one thing I've offered clients before is they're like in between an audit and a strategy. We can start with the audit, then do the strategy if needed, and like I can deduct the price of the audit on the strategy, so you don't have to pay for it
So
twice.
this is something I suggest to a lot of clients that are just not sure if they want to do the strategy or the audit, because to give you an idea, the audit is $150, the strategy is $1,500. So it's a big leap. And since the strategy includes an audit, just get the audit. It's a lower price point. You can see how we work together. If you need more, we can do the strategy and I can deduct the difference. So like instead of 1,500, you would do 1,500 minus 150, which I should know. It's like 1,350. Probably something like that. Anyway, I will, give them that discount because they will only have to pay the difference. Anyway, I suggested this to the client, but you'll see it's not enough. Spoiler alert.
The strategy does include an audit, and in there I'm happy to review the previous strategy as well to see if it matches with what I'm seeing in your pages.
I'm reviewing your profile, and then most of the work you have done, they haven't given any feedback. So is there any reason for that people they don't give any feedback?
Second red flag, they are planting the seeds of doubt of the quality of my work or whatever. They are saying they are looking at my profile and a lot of jobs don't have feedback from the client. Oftentimes they'll have a star rating, but not written feedback. I mean, yes, it's annoying. I wish everyone left great, extensive feedback, but it's not a requirement. And I cannot control that. I can request feedback. I can do my best job possible. But if the client is not going to leave feedback, they won't leave feedback. It's out of my control. But he probably can see everything, or 95, 99% of it is 5 stars. So that shouldn't be a worry. Anyway.
I'm not sure. I typically try to ask for feedback after the 30 days that lets you. I don't know. Sometimes clients just don't end up leaving a review.
Assume they were happy clients.
Typically, my clients are happy with the work we do.
Okay, so if you could give me an indication of the price for and suggest what's wrong we are doing here, and then I'll see if that works for us.
Yeah, I'll send you a pricing for the audit because the one I do have on my profile is just for Instagram. I'll send you a quote for across all the platforms you have, and you really can go from there.
This is something I do in all my calls. If you're not sure about pricing or not comfortable giving pricing on a call, do not feel the need to do it. 9 times out of 10, I don't. I have pretty bad social anxiety. I struggle a bit with numbers and finances. I was really good at math, but that didn't translate to finances. It makes me very anxious to think about pricing on a call. And I'm kind of afraid, honestly, of that no on a call. So I avoid giving exact prices on the call, but have a ballpark idea of what my services cost. So I will give them a ballpark. And you'll see, I kind of did that here, but they seemed to want something more specific than what I could give them. Anyway, pay attention to the numbers because it will be relevant.
Is there any way you could give a range of price if you go across the channels? How much roughly?
I don't know the price of the top of my head, but I think for Instagram alone is
100 something, meaning more than 100, but less than 200. Prices off the top of my head, and they change often because of supply and demand. And I did say, because something I think I cut from the beginning of this call, they didn't just have Instagram. They had LinkedIn, YouTube, something else, maybe Facebook. The package on my project catalog on Upwork is just for Instagram. So I let them know, hey, maybe even more for the other platforms. But of course, it wouldn't be 150 times the number of platforms. It would be something cheaper than that. But anyway.
We do the audit for a couple hundred.
Meaning around 200. If the audit is 200 and the strategy is 1,500, you would end up being 1,300 if they end up going for the strategy after. Anyway.
If don't mind, we could
Test the water. Test the water means they don't trust me. Test anything. Test job is something clients say for you to do work for free to see if they like it and if they want to pay for it. By the way, that's against Upwork's terms of service. It's considered free work. You shouldn't do it. And I've seen clients take advantage of that and ask for one post for 10 freelancers, and then they have a month's worth of social media content anyway. But test the water again, a red flag. Maybe this time is an orange one, but anyway.
And then if you do one social media only for now, and then I'll see the value of work, and then we could make a decision after you have done one social media platform.
Okay, we can definitely do that. I can actually send you the project on my profile. I can send you the direct link for that so it's easier.
Yeah, and also 100 is a bit high for us. Could we do this for $70?
I won't even say a thing here. I'll just leave it at that. Could we do this for 70? No. It's a bit high for us. The pricing was on my page the entire time. From the first moment you reached out, the pricing was there. Yet you chose to reach out, ignore the pricing on my page, and ask for essentially less than half, because it's 150 and they're asking for 70. Let's say I go to the supermarket right now and I want to buy a potato, and I don't like potatoes. That's a true fact. But I want to buy the potato to do, I don't know, mashed potatoes for my husband. I don't cook, so he would be starving. But I don't like the potatoes, so I tell the cashier, can I buy this potato for half the price because I don't like potatoes? What do you think it would tell me? Like, honestly, if I didn't have social anxiety as bad as I do, I would like to try that and film that. But what the fuck? That would be my reaction if I was the cashier. I don't care if I would lose my job, but what the fuck? Like, the audacity baffles me.
Unfortunately, I really can't go 100 or 100 something. I can check that for you, actually.
Yeah, if you put yourself into our shoes a bit, I haven't seen the
If you
work and
put
stuff.
yourself into our shoes, I haven't seen the worth. Open your eyes, put your glasses on if you need them. If you put on your glasses, you'll see that I have work samples on my profile, a full-on portfolio. I have case studies, I have reviews. So if you haven't seen the work, not my problem. But yeah, what I tell them after is literally, I've been doing this for 10 years. What are you on about?
I've been doing this for 10 years. Reviews to show for it. I really can't go into that.
Okay, let me know if you are, because that is quite a bit for one. Would you have any template for the audit, like what information we should be expecting? If you could kindly share that as well.
It's 150, by the way.
Okay.
I went to confirm the price for them, and you're seeing this right here on the screen. They said, okay, you are a rich lady. You just upped the price by another £50. By the way, the client is British. My pricing is in dollars. It's not that big of a difference. I didn't up the price. If we roll back the tape, you'll see I said $100-something. I think for Instagram alone is 100-something, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I did not say 150 because I did not know it was 150, but I said 100-something, and then I said 200, kind of rounded up. So the fact that they have the audacity to say that I upped the price, which honestly at this point I was not enough to do that, but I didn't.
You are a rich lady, you just upped the price by another £50.
I did. It's like literally on my profile. You can check that.
You're saying just on the face of the profile. Okay, that's fine. I would not argue on that.
You can see if you scroll to the project start, on the bottom of the profile, you can see there's an audit on page 3 that's 150. Says, let's audit your Insta, send me your Instagram handle, and I'll send you suggestions for your profile and content. It's exactly what we've been talking about. And I have 11 reviews for this project in specific. feel like
No reviews won't make me comfortable. So if
No reviews won't make me comfortable. Then I don't know what to tell you. Good luck.
you could share the
Oh yeah,
template
so all they
only.
want is the template, aka free work.
share the template. That's part of the value. This is the link. You're happy to go through it and let me know if you want to move on with it or not. Unfortunately, I understand being on a budget, but things are all so I cannot.
Well, it's not about the budget, it's about the value. My fear is that we might not get the value what we have paid for.
It would hurt me as well. I don't get anything from not providing you with the value.
Yeah, that's of a good conscious person, but this is commercial word. But that's why I was saying that if you
They say they're afraid of not getting the value they paid for, which is fair. But I said, look, that would hurt me as well if I didn't give you the value. You would leave me likely a bad feedback like you did with the other person. And I don't get anything for not giving you a good value for your money. Like, I'm pricing my shit not to scam people, but like based on supply and demand. And I've had other people pay my prices that I have listed. So I have proof, and those people left good feedback. Can you find cheaper? Sure. Can you find more expensive? And I bet you can. But yeah, then they say, oh yeah, that's something of a good conscious person. Like the fact that I'm not scamming them. But this is commercial, so doesn't mean in the business or commercial world, people scam each other. I don't know what they were getting into, but
could maybe suggest don't give me template now if that is something confidential, but if you could share what that audit report will include.
You can look at the one I just sent you. The link includes every detail. If you have any further questions, you can just let me know. I sent you the link in our upper chat.
So I'm looking at that link. It says your photo on the first one. This includes profile level changes, content recommendation and tutorials delivered in a PDF and a video format. So we will have two things, profile changes and the content recommendation.
You can also see a work sample in the last page. You can scroll through it. Obviously it has information redacted, but you can scroll and see.
So page 1 is Instagram audit, and then photo, and then few words blurred, and then profile heading blurred, and then profile, another profile blurred. That's
what this
whole
client is saying
marketing.
is, and I'll put the link below in case you're curious, I have in my project catalog a listing for an Instagram audit. And at the end of the images has a PDF that they can look through that obviously has the key information blurred. I did a mock one for myself, but I put all the information I would for a client, and I blurred it out because if I didn't, there would be no point for people to buy it. I obviously do change it for each client. I don't know. I'm sure people would find that good enough and then roll with it and then somehow blame me for bad advice that I didn't give to them. But anyway, I cannot reveal everything. That's just how business works. Yeah, the client was like, oh yeah, you don't show anything because I cannot.
Yeah, because I cannot share the exact information or
Let me explain a bit more because you're not getting that. I want it for cheap, and because I want it, I should have it.
An audit could be that you need to redo a standard format saying that you need to do 3 posts a week, and then it has to be attractive with the right hashtag.
That's not the audit. The audit is based on what you have done already, what you have already on your profile, and what you should change on your profile and content.
Okay, no problem. If this is your final price, let me think about it, and then I'll get back to you.
Sure, take your time and think about it. But yeah, like I said, unfortunately, I cannot go any less than that. It wouldn't make sense for me.
No problem. Thank you very much, and then I'll
Spoiler
get back.
alert, he never got back to me. I went back and looked at this conversation on Upwork, and I don't have it open anymore. But the client, the first message they sent me was with my name, but also a different person's name, which means they copy-pasted that shit and failed to personalize it to myself, which is fine, but, first orange flag, if you will. yellowish orange. They ask for a call within the next hour, which I typically don't do. I only have a 24-hour buffer because I plan my days. And I don't want it to ruin my day plan of what I have already planned. I'm kind of ish. Anyway, lots of red flags even before we got on a call, and lots of red flags during the call. Hopefully you got some laughs throughout, I don't know. But hopefully you learn from this and take these learnings to your next client call. Let me know if you'd like more of these. I have a ton of calls recorded. There's a lot we could all learn. I encourage you to record yours. Let me know if you want more. Subscribe to see more. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.